Hello everyone, welcome back to your social science class. Students, today we are going to continue with our chapter number 1. That is what, how and when. So students, in our previous class we have studied about the archaeological sources and today we will discuss about the literary sources. So as you all know that the sources of history are divided into two categories, that are archaeological sources and the literary sources. Archaeological sources includes all the monuments, inscriptions, coins, artifacts, and literary sources includes religious literature, secular literature and foreign accounts. These all literary sources are the written records. Students, as we all know that historians give a special emphasis to written records such as books, manuscripts, writings on rocks, pillars. Okay, so these literary sources are divided into three categories, that are religious literature, secular literature and foreign accounts. First, we will study about the manuscript under the literary sources. It is an handwritten record of information. It could be in the form of a letter, writing on leaves and barks of trees or scrolls. As we all know that the ancient time people were not having resources to write. So they might be using the leaves or the stems of the plants or the stones. So this all comes under manuscripts. Now we will talk about the religious literature. So students, books and manuscripts that deal with the religion are referred to as religious literature. For example, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Upanishad, the Bhagavad Gita and the Buddhist Triptikas are the examples of this religious literature. They help us to understand the religious practices and beliefs of that period. Now we will talk about the secular literature. It contains all those texts that are of non-religious nature, such as autobiographies, biographies and court chronicles. Some examples are there, such as Shakuntalam written by Kalidasa, Harishcharitra written by the Banabhatta and Arthashastra by Kautilya. So all the non-religious books and biographies comes under secular literature. Now let's see what is the difference between this religious literature and the secular literature. So in religious literature, the books are there which are related with the religions, whereas in secular literature, non-religious books are there. For example, in religious literature comes Bible, Buddhist Triptika, Quran, Mahabharata, Ramayana. Whereas in secular literature, all the literary works by the authors such as Tolstoy, Shakespeare and Hemingway, etc. So this was the difference between the religious and the secular literature. Let's study about the oral history. It is the another source which is used by the historians. It refers to the record of the historical information which is based on the personal experiences and the opinions of the speaker. It does not contain reliability as the written records. Use various sources and techniques to reconstruct the past, and these old sources and techniques are very helpful for the historians to reconstruct the past and to know more about the past. Let's talk about the geographical location of the India. India's topography is such that the land is almost as big as a continent. It consists of many Himalayas, rivers, mountains, plateaus, which contribute to the geography of the India. Now, when does history take place? Students, when historians write about historical events, they often use BC and AD. What do they mean? BC and AD are used to indicate how many years before or after the birth of Christ an event took place. You can see here a line that is before the birth of Christ and AD is the after the birth of the Christ. BC refers to before Christ and AD refers to Anno Domini. After that, in the modern time, this BC is converted into BCE and the AD got converted into CE. BCE refers to the before common era, whereas CE refers to the common era. Common era is the beginning of a new era starting with the year 1 until the present. So that's all for your today's class. Thank you and have a nice day.